On September 28, 2012, at the age of 28, Johnny Lewis and his 81-year-old landlady, Catherine Davis, were both found dead at Davis's home in Los Angeles, California. Hello and welcome to True Crime Travel Map. This is a podcast about a map I've been putting together of a bunch of true crime locations. You can check that out at truecrimetravelmap.com. But let's just get into this week's episode. Today we're going to California, Los Angeles, California to be exact, and we're going to go over the double death of Johnny Lewis and Catherine Davis. Jonathan Kendrick Lewis, also credited as Johnny K. Lewis, was an American film and television actor. He was best known for playing Kip, Half-Sack Epps, in the first two seasons of the FX series Sons of Anarchy, and for other television roles such as Gilby in The Sausage Factory. Lewis also appeared in supporting roles in the films Underclassmen, Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem, Felon, and The Runaways. After sustaining head trauma from a motorcycle accident in 2011, Lewis was arrested 3 times between 2011 and 2012. In 2012, he killed his landlady before falling off the roof of the house they lived in. Johnny Lewis grew up in Los Angeles, California, in the North Hollywood Sherman Oaks area. He was the middle child of Michael and Devonna Lewis. Both parents were practicing Scientologists, and Lewis was himself a Scientologist for most of his life. After finishing school, Lewis left home at the age of 18 to pursue an acting career. Lewis began making television appearances while in his late teens, with guest starring roles in Boston Public, The Guardian, and American Dreams, among others. He made his feature film debut in 2004 in New Line Cinema's Raise Your Voice, and followed that up with Miramax Films' Underclassmen in 2005. He co-starred as Pierce Chase, one of the 5 siblings of the Fox series Quintuplets, and appeared in the movie Raise Your Voice alongside Hilary Duff. Lewis also guest starred in 4 episodes of the Nickelodeon television series Drake and Josh as Scotty, one of Drake's bandmates. And from 2005 to 2006, he played Dennis Chili Childress on The OC, another Fox series. He also had a small guest spot in the 5th season of Smallville. Lewis also starred in the film Magic Valley, which premiered in the Tribeca Film Festival. He became well known for his role as prospect biker Kip Half-Sack Epps in the first 2 seasons of the FX series Sons of Anarchy. Lewis dated singer Katy Perry from 2005 to 2006. In mid-2009, he learned that he and his then-girlfriend, actress Diane Gaeta, were expecting a baby. The couple had split up by April 6, 2010, when the couple's daughter, Cola May, was born, but briefly attempted sharing a residence. Lewis eventually moved out, after which the couple engaged in a long and painful custody battle, in which Lewis had lost. Although Lewis was raised in a Jewish-oriented household, his family also practiced Scientology. His parents attained the highest available level within the Church of Scientology, called Operating Theaton Level 8, or OT8. Lewis starred in the Scientology training films and endorsed the Scientology drug rehabilitation group, Narconon. However, Lewis left Scientology in his early 20s. Lewis was arrested 3 times between 2011 and 2012. In 2012, he struck 2 men in the head with a bottle while engaging in a fight. He pleaded no contest to charges of assault with a deadly weapon in the case. The second arrest came about 6 weeks after the first, with Lewis accused of attempting to break into a woman's home. He pleaded no contest in that as well. A probation official expressed that he was very concerned for the well-being of not only the community, but of the defendant, stating that Lewis suffered from mental health issues as well as a chemical dependency, and that he would continue to be a threat to any community that he may reside in. Lewis was released from a Los Angeles County jail on September 21, 2012, 5 days before his death. On October 30, 2011, Lewis suffered head injuries from a high-speed motorcycle accident, though an MRI was recommended, and Lewis's father scheduled MRI tests twice. Lewis refused to take them. His father later stated that he pursued and encouraged psychiatric treatment for his son. It was Johnny who refused to comply. Lewis started manifesting bizarre and illogical behavior from that point on, and concurrent to his ensuing legal troubles. Bill Jensen reported in Los Angeles Magazine that Lewis's family and attorneys pushed for rehab for marijuana addiction to avoid trial. When counselors observing Lewis rejected this, they pursued rehab for alcoholism instead. In early August 2012, Lewis was well enough to be granted provisional outpatient status after agreeing to be detained for time served. He was assured that he would likely just spend a couple more days in jail. However, this turned into nearly 2 months of detention, during which he suffered a severe downturn in health and spirits. Lewis was released from jail on September 21, 2012. On September 26, 2012, at the age of 28, Lewis and his 81-year-old landlady, Catherine Davis, were both found dead at Davis's home in Los Angeles. Davis was known in Hollywood circles for operating the Writers Villa, a bed and breakfast for up-and-coming performers, directors, and writers in her home. Lewis, who had previously lived there in 2009, had recently moved back in. Police were called by neighbors after Lewis violently attacked 2 people at the property next door, and Davis was heard screaming. Officers from the Los Angeles Police Department found Lewis's body on the home's driveway. Davis was found dead inside the house with severe head injuries. Her pet cat was also found dead in the bathroom. Neighbors reported that Lewis had jumped over the fence to the next property, assaulted a house painter and the homeowner, to whom Lewis had introduced himself earlier as John, your new neighbor, and then he jumped back over the fence onto Davis's property. According to the LAPD, Lewis then either fell or jumped from the roof, garage, or patio of Davis's house. His death was investigated as a homicide, and it was later determined that he had killed Davis by manual strangulation and blunt force trauma to her head. An autopsy report released on November 29, 2012, stated that Lewis did not have any drugs or alcohol in his system when he died, leading to speculation by his attorney that the actor may have suffered a drug-induced psychosis when he allegedly killed Davis. Toxicology reports came back negative for alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, psychedelic drug, or antipsychotic medications. The autopsy indicated he had suffered partial strangulation and had fingernail marks on his neck when he died. There was no indication that Lewis had been pushed or that he jumped from the roof. His death was ruled accidental. Lewis's family had spoken out about the history of his untreated head trauma, leading some to speculate that he developed a psychological disorder, which led to his sudden spurts of violence. Sons of Anarchy creator Kurt Suter tweeted about his death. It was a tragic end for an extremely talented guy who unfortunately had lost his way. I wish I could say that I was shocked in the events by last night, but I was not. I am deeply sorry that an innocent life had to be thrown into his disrupted path. Yes, it is a day of mourning, but also a day of awareness and gratitude. Sadly, some of us carry the message by dying. Okay, if you want to go to the address of the double death of Johnny Lewis and Catherine Davis, you go to 3605 Lowry Road, Lowry Road, Los Angeles, California, 90027. As you can see here, this is the house that it happened at. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Please honestly subscribe. It really does help a lot. Share this or do whatever. I'm also a comedian, stand-up comic. If you guys want to see me, check my stuff out. Go to Mike Mazzolati. If you want to follow me, just go to your Find My app on your phone and request my location. Thank you guys again for watching. And yeah, until next time, Godspeed, Dark Travelers.